Hey guys, welcome in. We get to the point where she's talking about Vlad again to herself, and I just cannot. Write a book about a 600-year situationship, I thought. It so it's a fantasy series, Shadow, but it is a also thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, I just saw that. It is a fantasy series, Shadow, but it is a historical slash modern fantasy. Like it's not set in a separate world. Hey Sarah, welcome in. Um so it's not set in like a separate fantasy world. Like I'm not creating a world that's different than what exists. It is it's a 5-book series. It is set in the idea of Dracula. Um No, I have not read any of her books, and I will not be reading any of her books. SJM is not on my list to read, ever. I have very strict I have very, very deep feelings about one of her books. No, you're fine, Shadow, you didn't know. You don't know. It's just I have very strict feelings about her books as well as her as a author. So, I will not be touching her books. If I were to do it, I'd be borrowing from one of my friends because I'm not paying for her books. Um, yeah, yeah. Hi, Jenna. How are ya? Welcome in. Um, it is honestly, Shadow. Do not apologize. It's okay. I have not read any of her books. I don't plan on reading any of her books. Parker, you don't want me to go down that road. There's a rant. There's a rant that follows that conversation. I hate to tell you, there's a rant that follows that conversation, and I just can't. I know I'm very much people asking me about SJM, Lisa. People asking me about SJM. Hey, alien, how are ya? Welcome in, you guys. No, 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 Shadow, you are absolutely fine. You are absolutely fine. Seriously, you're fine. You're fine. It's I don't talk about it because it's just I can't say what I want to say because it may sound really horrible. Yeah, it's just not my thing. Her books are just not my thing. They're not my cup of tea. I'm really huge on I love fantasy. Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite series. I love Eric. I love the inheritance cycle and stuff like that. I'm just if the story doesn't interest me and none of her books have interested me like ever, like I want to be honest, like if I read the back of the book and I'm not interested, I'm not going to touch it. Or if I read like the synopsis of the book and it doesn't grip me in any way, I'm not going to touch it. But then again, I've also heard, wait, Parker, we're not. No, I'm not interested in it. I'm just not. So it's a personal choice not to read her books. I'm just not interested, and it's my own thing. And I have so many books that are on like my TBR list right now that are like, the level of my TBR right now, you guys, is bad. And I still have to read Legendborn. Like that's on the list to read right now. I don't use Word Shadow. I use Pages because I work on a Mac. So I don't have Word, Microsoft Word on my computer. I also have to say I don't As someone who like grew up on a Windows computer for so many years, you guys, I don't. Yeah, Lisa, pretty much that's the summary of it, you guys. Right there. Lisa completely summarized it, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want TikTok to get angry at me because TikTok likes to get angry at me for things. But I will say, yes, exactly what Lisa just put in the chat on the long form content app is 100% exactly how I feel. There we go. Um, like there's just but going back to like my book Shadow, it is historical slash modern fantasy. The reason it's historical is because books 1 and 2 take place in the past. Books 3, 4, and 5 take place in the modern world. Is how I'm having that function. And so it's now that Dracula is in the public domain and we can kind of poke at things with it. The idea behind it is that book 1 takes place when Vlad becomes a vampire. So it takes place during that. It takes place during the Turkish siege on Romania and everything like that. Book 2 takes place during Bram Stoker Dracula's London. So when Dracula goes to London. Oh, thank you, Kay. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. You snuck in here. You passed your stealth check, Kay. Um, oh, thank you, Kay. Thank you, dear. Um, so anyways, book 2 is Bram Stoker's London, Dracula based, so it's when Dracula comes to London. And then book 3, 4, and 5 are all set modern day, present day situations. So I might kick it back where it's like less today present day and more back a little bit. Um, but I really love what I'm crafting here, especially with the 600-year situationship. Whoever thought Vlad was going to be in a 600-year situationship? Raise your hand. Because I didn't think that's where this was going to go. Vlad put all things in her place, but then again, Vlad couldn't exactly stay overnight in her place. Stay overnight. That's repeating that we don't need. To wake up the next morning and enjoy the day with her unless they were guaranteed that it would be cloudy. I have everything semi planned out, Shadow. Um, you're fine, Lisa. You're fine. Um, it's mostly planned out, Shadow. I know where book 1 is pretty much easy to write as far as it all goes. It sets up our 600-year situationship between Vlad and Aurelia. It follows mom and dad of the family, the werewolf family that's immortal. Um, introduces basically book 1 is set up to introduce all of our main players for the series, and except with the exception of a handful of characters that will not be introduced until later in the series. But book 2 is also relatively like outlined as far as like what I want to do, because it takes place, like I said, during Bram Stoker's London, within Dracula, and the idea behind it is that it can be Shadow, it can be it's for me. This 5 book series originally started as an idea for 1 book, and I realized the amount of stuff that I wanted to put into it was too much, and so I ended up